Yeah, hello, Kevon.
Yeah, how you doing?
Hey, I'm doing good, man. How are you doing? All right. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, good. All right. Calling through my computer here. Just wanted to make sure you can hear me. There wasn't any delays or anything. Well, it's great to finally hook up with you, man. I know you've been calling in and trying to get a hold of us. I know it's taken us a little bit to get back with you, so appreciate your patience. Yeah, man. Yeah, Kevon, I've got your application here in front of me. Um, and So why don't you start off, Kayvon? Tell me just how did you hear about us first off? That'd be great. Uh-huh. Hmm. Uh-huh. Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
Just looking for ways that I could generate passive income, and then I came across a podcast. I came across the teaching with the concept of the community monitor.
Hmm.
Who just started this in the somebody, yeah, like another 4 grand. I kind of mix it and monitor to this, and I know I was never as fast as it was too much. So I keep pushing it, and I don't know if you can find it back. And my son, she decided on the phone, where I can make that involved.
You are. Well, man, you sound like a busy guy. You got a lot of stuff going on. You know, how long have you been here? I'm sorry, I didn't catch that. Got it. Right. Yep. Right. Right. So you're just an entrepreneur. Right. Gotcha. So you're just an entrepreneur, man. You start your own. You want to start your own pest control business. You've got two real estate properties. You have a music business. You're going back to school. So you know that. I mean, it sounds like you're ready to light the world on fire, man. That's awesome. So you've got enough. Do you have an hour or 2 hours a day to dedicate to this? Is that going to overwhelm you, or are you going to be all right? Okay. 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 Mhm. I hear you, man. I hear you, man. So you're fired up. That's awesome. I love the passion, man. Now, you know that Mike and Matt, I'm sure if you've been paying attention to the podcast and the videos, you know, we have a marketing master's course where we teach you how to dominate iTunes and rank your own podcast. You caught that? Yeah. All right. Yeah, Mike and Matthew are master marketers, man. These guys have been around a long time. They really know what they're doing. And Kayvon, you know that there's an investment here. This is a real business, right? We're not giving you coaching and mentoring for free. So you know that there's a tuition here involved to bring Matt and Mike into your life. This is a very intimate relationship with both Matt and Mike for 3 months. They're going to take you under their wing and be there for you one on one. So you do understand there's an investment here, correct? Okay. All right, man. Well, we're going to get into a lot of that here on the phone call today, man. So let me quickly, Kayvon, tell you who I am, why you're on the phone with me today, and my background, if I can. Um, just flat out, I'm Matthew Beju's highest earning student of all time. Matthew's been my coach, my mentor for over 5 years. We're also business partners as well. I've been an online marketer for over 12 years, full time, supporting my family of four. I've got my hands in four online businesses that I monetize as revenue streams in my life. I met Matthew. I was big into viral video marketing. Um, have a very successful online advertising agency that I started. I still own it today, but I needed a new skill set, and I just like you, Kayvon. I was bumping around trying to find a coach, trying to find a mentor, trying to find a system that I could plug into with a new skill set that I could monetize and make more money online. I kept bouncing into this kid, Matthew Beju, all over the place. I've been an online marketer for 6 years. My BS meter is pretty good, but Matthew sucked me into his world with his videos. He was teaching people how to dominate YouTube and dominate Google with videos, and I was big into video marketing. So I watched him from afar for a few weeks. There was undeniable proof that this guy knew what he was doing, and he had a skill set that I wanted. So I filled out an application, Kayvon, just like you, man. Just like you, I filled out an application, but it was 5 years ago. I got on the phone with Matthew. I knew I was going to hire him on the spot before I even talked with him. Spoke with him on the phone, had a conversation, and I brought him into my life. It was the best decision I ever made. Money started coming into my life easier than it had before. We did some projects together in 2012, 2013. 2014, I took all the skills that Matthew gave me. I launched a nutraceutical supplement company with a partner of mine. He lives in Garden City, New York. His name's Rob Martin. So we started a company called West Martin Longevity. My last name's Westmoreland. His last name is Martin, so we formed a company called West Martin Longevity. We sell supplements. I drove that business up to about $4.5 million in earnings in the last 2.5 years. Got a large joint venture capitalist check to do some more direct response marketing projects here the first quarter of this year and the second quarter. But Mike and Matthew called me up in January of last year and told me what they were up to, and I literally couldn't sleep for weeks. Kevon, I know how hard it is to make money online. It's not an easy thing to do. The hardest thing in the world to do is to persuade somebody to pull out their wallet to buy your stuff. You got to really, really know what you're doing. When Mike and Matthew told me that they were getting on Amazon, I literally couldn't sleep for weeks. One second. Sorry about that. Hold on. Turn that off. Turn my phone off here so I don't get a bunch of phone calls. One second. Um, I couldn't sleep for weeks because Amazon's done all the hard work for us, man. Do you ever go to Amazon without the intention to buy something? Right. Right. So my point is that Amazon's done all the hard work for us. You don't have to get over the barrier of, Amazon. There, people are already going there with the intention to buy something. You know what I'm saying? So the hardest thing in the world to do as a marketer is to convince somebody to pull out their wallet and buy your stuff online. It's not as easy just throwing up a website, driving some traffic. You need to know what you're doing. Mike and Matthew definitely have the systems, definitely have the platforms to do it, but you need to learn from somebody that knows what they're doing. Amazon's selling product. I've never seen anything as profitable in my life because everybody's going there with their credit card out. All we have to do as marketers, right? And with Mike and Matt's program is get your product and outmarket the other folks that are there, right? And get your product on top of them. So just made all the sense in the world. I enrolled as a student for the second time in my life with Mike and Matt, right? I jumped into the course. I did it this summer. I signed up again and I started marketing my products. I've got 7 products that I sell on Amazon. I'm a student. Um, I'm doing $27,000 a month in gross sales, doing $14,000 a month in net profit. And I've only been doing this, Kevon, for 7 months. All right. Um, Mike and Matthew just have an outstanding platform to run on Amazon. All we have to do is get your products to the top. All right. So the biggest thing, the reason why I go into my background, man, with you, I say all that stuff very humbly. I mean, I'm a 7-figure a year earner. Um, is you need to really pick up on first is that I'm a student. I'm a student just like you choose to be a student. There's nothing special about me. I just hired the right guys in my life that could coach me and mentor me, give me a success track to run on. And then when if I needed help, I could pick up the phone and call them, which you'll have the same ability to do so as well. So I'm a student, man, first and foremost. Again, I have no super magical marketing powers. I just got into a program that I knew worked, and I followed the system and I called these guys when I needed help. So um, it sounds like you're definitely somebody, Kayvon, that we'd like to work with. If you've got about 30 minutes, I can park the curtain on this thing, tell you what this is, tell you what it isn't. We can get into the particulars. You can ask me questions. We can have a conversation and see if this is the right fit for you. Do you want to invest about 30 minutes worth of time to go through a bunch of stuff? Okay, man. So, Kevin, I'm going to break this call down into 4 parts. I'm going to talk to you about our method and our process. Then I'm going to talk to you about return on investment. Every good business owner needs to understand their ROI. Okay, and I'm going to break it down for you. To me, it's the most important part of the call. It's all the information, really, in my opinion, that you need to make a business decision to move forward with this and invest in yourself to acquire the knowledge that you need. And then I'm going to talk to you about the 4 commitments. And then I'm going to talk to you about the deliverables of the program and how we're going to support you. And then we'll talk about the tuition that's involved. And I'll just ask you straight up if it's something that you want to move forward with. So you ready to rock and roll? Okay. So Kayvon, let me ask you a question before we get started, man. What do you think's the one thing that's holding you back from being able to go out on Amazon right now and make an extra $5,000 to $10,000 a month? Yes, sir. hmm You need help selling it. So there's a particular answer that I'm looking for, and let's see if you agree. The only thing that you're missing right now, Kayvon, is knowledge. Sounds like you're a hardworking guy. You've got work ethic. You show up. You're doing a lot of things. You're trying to go out there, grind away, make some money, set yourself up, to be a successful entrepreneur. Starting your own pest control business and all that kind of stuff. But knowledge. We know how to do something that you don't. But as soon as we teach you everything we know, you're going to have the knowledge that you need. You've acquired it to go out and deploy it on Amazon. We're going to teach you how to launch your product and get it all set up. But would you agree that knowledge is the only thing that you're missing?
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%, man. Knowledge is all you need, and we have the knowledge. We're going to give it to you. So let's talk about our method and our process real quick. Our method and process, Kayvon, is did you hear us talking about Jungle Scout in the podcasts? Okay. You're going to see a lot of folks making a lot of money on Amazon. All right. Um, when you start getting on board with us, we're going to teach you how to use Jungle Scout as a research tool. Uh, what we're here to not teach you how to do, Kayvon, is how to launch your business right out of the gate, where you're going to find a product that you're going to get into that's going to make you right out of the gate 10 grand to 15 grand a month. We're not going to teach you how to do that. That's not realistic. That's not logical when you start. When you start in this business, when you are a brand new seller with a brand new account selling your very first product on Amazon, you're the lowest man on the totem pole. You've got to work your way up Amazon's ladder the right way so you can start getting into products that down the road can make you that much money. But in the beginning, we're going to stay very conservative, realistic, and we're going to go after products that we know we can get into fast and start making money fast. So we teach you a very specific formula to look for, right? Where you're analyzing the competition and you're finding products that have what we'll call their low competitive type products that we know in our heart with our formula that we can outmarket the other people who are subpar marketers compared to us and our knowledge and our system. Does that make sense? Okay. So what we're going to teach you to do, Kayvon, is we're going to find those products with our formula and the software tools that we use, following Mike and Matt's system. All right, and we're going to find you products that are going to make you between $1,000 to $3,000 a month net profit. All right, and then you're going to go out and you're going to go find another one that's going to make you $1,000 to $3,000 a month, and you're going to go find another one, and then you're going to go find another one, and then you're going to go find another one, and you're going to keep stacking them on top of each other. All right, so if you wanted to make 10 grand to 20 grand in this platform in our system in this program, all you need to do is find 10 items that'll make you between 1,000 to $2,000 a month net profit. That's all you need to do. So if you've watched the videos and you've listened to the podcast, all that kind of good stuff, Kayvon, you know that we run at 50% profit margins, right? Okay. So all that is $2,000 to $4,000 a month in gross sales. So $4,000 a month in gross sales may sound like a lot, but if you're selling a $30 item, all right, that's only 133 units a month. That's only 4 orders a day, about 4.5 orders a day. Does 4.5 orders a day sound hard? Doesn't sound hard at all. Pretty realistic number. I'm going to break down some numbers for you in a second that really prove the point about how powerful this model is when you partner with Amazon and when you bring Matt and Mike into your life. Four is not that big of a number. But when you do 4.5 orders a day of a $30 product, right? And we run at 10% profit margins, that's $4,000 a month in gross sales. That's $2,000 a month in your pocket. Would that be something that you'd like to be able to obtain and go out and get? 4.5 orders a day isn't a lot, man. So that's our method. That's our process. We stay conservative. We stay realistic, especially when you're starting out, right? So you can launch products that you're going to get sales and make sales quick and get ranked quicker than the subpar marketers, right? That we're analyzing as we're using our software tools that we know that we can outmarket and outperform. All right. That's all this is. This isn't rocket science. This isn't brain surgery. We just have a lot of confidence in our ability to outmarket the competitors and jump over the top of them. Because would you agree that if you can get a product to the first page of Amazon for a handful of keyword phrases of people that are searching for your products and it's on page one, do you think you're going to make some sales? 100% you are. 100%, right? And that's all this is. Just stacking one product on top of another, stuffing $1,000 to $2,000 a month in your pocket for each product. Okay. So return on investment. Are you in front of? I mean, are you taking notes? Are you jotting things down? Okay. You're going to want to write this down. All right. This is the return on investment that you can expect when you come into our program. All right. So let's say, Kevon, you've made the decision. You're going to invest in yourself to acquire the knowledge that you need, right? Damn it, excuse me. Why is my phone not turned off? 1 second. It's very distracting. I apologize. Can you hear me? Okay, man. I'm sorry. My phone, for some reason, I'm turning it off so I don't get distracted. I apologize. Uh, yeah, return on investment. So say you're going to invest in yourself to get the knowledge that you need, right, to go out here and do this and run in our platform and in our program. So let's say you're bringing us on board. All right, Kayvon, you've hired us as your coach and your mentor. You've done all the research the way that we've taught you to do it when it comes to finding what products to sell. And let's say you invest $3,000, okay, into your first round of inventory. All right, you found two items that you're going to use to launch your Amazon business, and you're going to spend $1,500 on each item. Okay, you're going to spend $1,500 on item number one, and you're going to do $1,500 invested into item number two. And you've done all your research, right? And each one of these items are going to cost you $2.50. That's your all-in cost. Your shipping, your per unit cost from China, you're putting your logo on the product, getting it over here to the United States. Your all-in cost is $2.50. And you've done your research and you've stacked up the competitors the way that we've taught you to do it in our program. And you know that you can sell this product for $25 all day long. So that's a 10 times markup. If you've paid attention in the podcast and the videos, you know that that's a sweet spot, right? That's what we're going to teach you to look for. Did you catch that? A 10 times markup? Yep, right. So $2.50 times 10, you're selling this for $25. You can find those all day long, especially when you're using our sourcing team in China. So if you've invested $1,500 into item one divided by $2.50, that means you've got 600 units on the shelf ready to sell in Amazon's warehouse. Item number two, 1,500 divided by 250, you've got another 600 units on the shelf in Amazon's warehouse ready to sell. All right. So that's a total between item one and item two is 1,200 units times $25 is a retail value of $30,000 sitting on the shelf ready for you to sell. So you invested $3,000 and you're sitting on $30,000 worth of retail valued product. You following me? Does that make sense? Okay, cool. So now let's say you're going through all of the training in our store, and quite honestly, Kayvon, this is why you're hiring us, right? This is where the rubber hits the road. For all the magical marketing things that we're going to teach you, all of our secrets, all of our tricks, all of our tactics that you're going to deploy to set your store up right, to drive those two items to the first page of Amazon. All right. So you're setting your store up right. Now you hit the button on your store, and this is your first month live to collect orders after you set them all up with all your marketing tactics. So you're out there and this is your first month live to collect orders. And let's say item number one averages about 3 orders per day. All right. And item number two in your first month averages about 3 orders per day as well. That's only $75 a day per item. All right. And that's your first month average, not your first day average, but in your first month, you're going to average 3 orders per day for each product. So let me stop you right there, man, and ask you just straight up, Kayvon, does 3 orders, you've listened to all the podcasts, you've watched all these videos from Mike and Matt, they're showing you all the proof of the numbers that they're knocking down, right? It's a lot of money. Does 3 orders per day sound unrealistic to you? Right. Sound it's very realistic. And I'm doing this on purpose because I want to make this so conservative, right? So you can see the power of the numbers. Because if you don't believe what I'm about to put down to you on paper, then nothing I can tell you will ever have you make the decision to move forward. But if you believe everything that I'm saying, right? 3 orders per day is very, very easy to do. If we couldn't help you do 3 orders per day, Kayvon, we got no business being in this business. Okay, 3 orders per day is very, very conservative. So let's see what that looks like on paper when it plays out, right? You've got Mike and Matt; they're two seven-figure Amazon earners, coaching and mentoring you for, one-on-one for 3 months. Hope to God they can help you do 3 orders per day, right? Okay, man. So this is what you've done. You've invested 3 grand. You've got a retail value of $30,000, right, sitting on the shelf. It's a 10 times markup. If you've paid attention to the videos and all the podcasts, you know that we run at 50% profit margins, right? You're seeing that in the videos. Okay. All right. So if you only average 3 orders per day times 30 days in a month, that's 90 orders a month, right? Let's round it up to 100, and let's just say that if you do 3 orders per day times 30 days in a month, that's roughly 100 orders. So let's say, Kayvon, that no matter how hard you worked, no matter what you did, I want to keep this so conservative that you could never get these two products to do more than 3 orders per day. You're just stuck at 3 orders a day. All right. No matter month two, you only do 3 orders per day for item one and two. Month three, four, five, and six, you can only do 3 orders per day. You can never ever grow. All right. I'm trying to be as conservative as possible so you can see the numbers here to understand your return on investment and how you can scale this business. So if that's the case, you only started out with 600 units of item one and 600 units of item two, right? If you're doing 100 orders a month, that means you sold all of your inventory in 6 months, right? So in 6 months, you would have turned a $3,000 investment into $15,000 worth of net profit, right? Because when you collect $30,000 worth of revenue at a 50% profit margin, that leaves you with $15,000 net profit, right? So in 6 months, you turned a $3,000 investment into $15,000 worth of net profit. That's a 5 times return on your money. And all it took for you to do that, Kayvon, was 3 simple orders per day. So where do you think you can go and plunk 3 grand into any kind of side project or any little side business or anywhere online or any kind of stock investment? Where do you think you can go and plunk in 3 grand and turn it into 15 grand, a 5 times return in 6 months? Do you know of anywhere you can go? Right? There's not too many places. I've never seen this online. I've been doing this for 12 years. I've never been able to take $3,000 and just put it into a project and turn it into 15 grand. This is the exact reason why I'm more excited about my Amazon business than I am my nutraceutical business that I did over $4.5 million in earnings with in the last 2.5 years. All right. I've never, ever been able to do that. So that's why I'm more excited about being involved in Amazon, even than I am in some of my other businesses that aren't as profitable. All right. So what happens if you just turned around and you said, man, woo, that was fun. Let's do that again. I'm going to do that for another 6 months. So what if you invested another 6 grand, right? And you only did 3 orders per day for another 6 months. Well, that means you would have invested 6 grand in a year to generate $30,000 worth of net profit. So 30,000 minus your six leaves you with $24,000. If all you ever did with us, Kayvon, was just launch 2 items and you never launched a third that only did 3 orders per day and never ever grew, you'd put 24 grand in your pocket in your first year. All right. Would you be upset with us if all you did was stuff another $24,000 in your pocket in your first year? Okay. What if you did 4 items in your store that only did 3 orders per day on average? You'd put about $48,000 in profit in your pocket in your first year. What if you did 6 items in your store, all right, in your first year that only did 3 orders per day? You'd put around $72,000 in profit in your pocket in your first year. So bottom line is, Kayvon, is like if you don't believe that Mike and Matthew can help you do 3 orders per day, we got no business talking on the phone. We might as well hang up right now. When you do 3 orders per day and you start stacking products one on top of each other, where you can make 24,000, 48,000, or if you do 6 products and do $72,000 in your first year, do you think you're going to make a return on your investment? And do you think you can scale your business at 3 orders per day? Do you think, just flat out before we move on, I'm just going to ask you, do you feel that Mike and Matthew can help you do their coaching and mentoring you for 3 months one on one Do you feel that they can help you do 3 orders per day? Do you believe it? If you, if you truly believe that in your heart, there's not going to be a problem. You'll be able to understand, to make the decision to say yes, to pull the trigger and to get these guys into your life, right? To bring them in so they can coach and mentor you so you can get the knowledge that you need. This is an easy conversation if you truly believe it's 3 orders a day because there's a return on investment here, right? Okay, so next thing that I want to talk to you about are the 4 commitments. This is a very intimate relationship with Mike and Matt. This is where the rubber starts to hit the road. Not only are you inviting us into your life, Kevon, to coach and mentor you for 3 months, Mike and Matthew are inviting you into their life as well. It's a two-way street. We're looking for people, Kevon, that are motivated. It sounds like you that want to make a positive change in their life. But we're going to be working with you very closely to make sure that that happens, to practically guarantee your success as best as we possibly can. If you're motivated and you show up, we're going to do the same thing. So we want to attract motivated, positive people. We don't bring on every single person into this program. We want to bring on people that are a pleasure to work with, that are hungry and ready to go out and make positive change in their life. So is that you? Okay, man. So these are the commitments that we ask you to commit to before we offer you a seat to invite you into the program. The first commitment is time. We talked a little bit about it, but are you willing and able to dedicate 10 hours a week to your Amazon business? 1 to 2 hours a day, 10 hours a week. Just want to be really clear, man. This is a coaching program. It's not a done for you service, all right? We aren't going to do any of the work for you. We're going to teach you how to do everything and we're going to support you. We're going to answer all your questions, Kayvon. We're going to make sure that you can execute every single thing that we teach. And if you get stuck, we're going to make sure 100% that we get you unstuck, all right? You'll never be left alone in this program. Mike and Matt are going to be right there holding your hand the entire time. So 10 hours a week, again, that's something you can commit to, correct? Okay, you can cross that off your list. The next commitment is knowledge. All right. You got to commit to learning Mike and Matt's system and learning from them alone. And what do I mean by that? There's a lot of information out here about how to do some of this stuff. The problem is you don't know what's good information versus bad because you've never done this before, right? So you can't go out and read blog posts about how to do keyword research from some quote unquote Amazon expert and take that learning and take that knowledge and implement it into this system because you'll probably break it. All right. Mike and Matthew have a very specific way of how they do things in here. So can you commit to just learning from these guys and tuning everybody else out? I mean, it makes sense. If you're going to hire them as your coach and mentor, right? Why would you go learn from somebody else, right? Get rid of all the other distractions. Just focus on this program and their process of how they do things. Is that something that you could commit to? And I'm just trying to prevent future pain from down the road, uh, you know, uh, of you trying to go outside and put other information in here. So, all right, so you can cross that off your list. Commitment of knowledge. That's great. The next one is resources. This business takes money to make money. In order to do it properly, you're going to want to reinvest your profits back into your business for the first 6 months. All right. So what do I mean by that? If you make 2 grand in your first month, 2 or 3 grand, don't take 2 grand and put it in your pocket as a salary. Leave it in the business. All right. Invest it back into the products that made you the money, and then use your excess profits, which will be plenty if you're following our system properly, and you're going to roll those in to scale to products 2, 3, 4, and 5, right? So when you wake up in 7 months and you're somewhere around where I am, and you've got 7 products in your store and doing around $14,000 a month in net profit, then you pull out some profit, right, in the form of a salary, and you can pay yourself. Does that make sense? Just common sense, right? All right. The next part about the resources, I think you selected on your application that you've got 3 to 5 set aside. The minimum that you want to invest, Kayvon, into your first round of inventory is 2 to 3 thousand. Um, is that something, I've seen people do this for 1,500, 2,000 definitely get you in. Okay. Okay. There's also a tuition here that we're about to get into. How's your credit? Do you have credit? Are you willing to finance your business and use the bank's money to get started today? Um, if you're having to do that, is that something that you're willing to do? Is your credit okay? Yep. And we're about to get in that. As soon as I tell you the deliverables of the program, which is the next step of the call, I'm going to tell you the tuition is, and we can go from there. But I mean, are you willing to do whatever it takes? I guess is what I'm trying to say, to acquire the knowledge to be able to go out here and start a business that in 7 months can put anywhere from eight to $15,000 a month in your pocket. Are you willing to do whatever it takes to leverage your resources to try to get started? That's the question I'm trying to ask you right now. Okay, ma'am. So that's something that you're committed to, using and leveraging your resources to get your business started. Okay, then you can cross off resources off your list. And the next thing, the last commitment, Kayvon, is you got to be a decision maker, man. You have to decide that you're ready to commit, right? If you're not going to do this and you're wanting to make some passive income and you're tired of working 70 plus hours for somebody else at a pest control business and you're having to go back to school, right, to go train to be an EMS, and you're trying to get your music business started and more profit, I'm sure you're wanting to grow your music business as well, correct? You got to decide that you've got to get the coaching and mentoring that you need to take your life to the next level. It looks like you're doing a lot of things to try to get there. By your own admission, you should probably already have a couple million in the bank, but you don't. So you've got to make the decision that you've got to learn from somebody somewhere about how to go out here and truly generate some passive residual income that changes your life, right? I can't make the decision for you. I've already made my decision to join Mike and Matthew, and I'm reaping the rewards from making that decision. But now it's your turn to make a decision to bring somebody into your life that can take you to the next level. So I can't make the decision for you. I can only show you the door, but on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being the least excited to make a decision today to get started, 10 being the most excited to make a decision to get started today, where are you? Awesome, man. Fantastic. The rest of this should be really fun then. Those are the 4 commitments. Before I move on, do you have any objection to those 4 commitments, or those 4 things that you could commit to right now? All right, man. If you can truly commit to those, then I'd like to move to the last step and talk to you about the deliverables of the program. Here's what you're going to get when you decide to enroll today, okay, Kayvon? The first thing you're going to get is a welcome email uh, from Matthew. Inside the welcome email is going to be a link to your members area. You're going to create a username and password, all right, to log in. Sitting there waiting for you, Kayvon, are 4 video training modules, okay? These are all pre-recorded videos, all right? It's like you're looking over Mike and Matt's shoulder. They're going to be logged into their Amazon sellers account, showing you everything, just like the videos that you saw on AmazonSecrets.net, where there are videos up in the upper left-hand corner and they're inside their sellers account. That's how all these videos are set up. It's 12 total hours of video content spread across 4 video training modules, all right? This is self-paced learning, Kayvon. This is how we're going to get the bulk of the learning of our knowledge of our system. All of our intellectual property about how to do this are sitting here in these pre-recorded videos. You sound like a busy guy. You're working 70 plus hours at a pest control business. You're going back to school. You've got a music business, right? This is how you find and carve out your 1 to 2 hours a day are primarily going to be spent in here consuming these video training modules and executing your homework assignments. It's how we do all the heavy lifting of getting all that knowledge, right, out of our head and into yours, is through these video training modules. Each video training module, Kayvon, is specifically designed, all right, to be 1 to 2 hour. I'm sorry, they're specifically designed to be 1 week's worth of homework. So if you're putting in your 1 hour to 2 hours a day, right, going through the video training modules and executing your homework assignments, it's going to take you 1 week to complete the homework assignments for video training module number 1. All right, then you're going to move on to video training module number 2. It'll take you 1 week to execute those homework assignments as well, and so on and so forth. So you're going to come in, Kayvon, not knowing anything about Amazon today, and in 6 weeks, if you're moving through each one of the video training modules, as you should be, putting in your 1 to 2 hours a day of solid work, right? You got to roll up your sleeves and go to work to acquire the knowledge that you need. So in 6 weeks, by following our program, you will have launched your store. You'll have ordered samples. You'll have your product ordered from China. It should be over here in Amazon's warehouse. You should be hitting the go button on your store, and you should be live collecting orders in 6 weeks. That's only about a month and a half, and you'll start making sales and start making money. All right, make sense? Okay. These video training modules are so easy to follow, Kayvon. You're going to log in and watch video training module number one. Mike and Matthew are going to be inside their seller's account. They're going to say, hey, welcome to video training module number one. Congratulations. Let's roll up our sleeves and get started. All right. So they're gonna say, okay, let us show you how to do step one. All right. So they'll be inside their seller's account. They're going to say, hey, all right, I want you to go here. Do you see this tab right here? I want you to click this tab. I want you to select these three options. I want you to fill out your form this way. And then I want you to click the update button. Pause the video and do that now. So you're simply going to watch them, Kayvon, do all of step one. All right, you'll watch what they're doing, you'll pause the video, and then you'll go execute what you just saw. Then step two, they're going to do the same thing. They're just going to show you everything about step two, break down every single step and the reason why. So you're learning. You'll watch them do it all, and then you'll pause the video and then go execute what you just saw. We do everything in order, the way that it's supposed to be done, all right, to get your store from zero to being up live and collecting orders. We don't teach in theory. You're not going to see any kind of talking head videos with us on a green screen. We're going to be inside of our seller's account, inside of Amazon's platform, showing you the formula, showing you every single step of the way what you need to do to get your store set up and set up correctly to make sales. All right. The next thing that you're going to get, the second deliverable of the program, is what we call proactive coaching. Your first live coaching call, all right, will be, we have a class that's starting tonight, actually. You can jump in on this class if you wanted to, but we have one more class starting next week. They're Monday nights, all right, is when the class, it'll start either tonight or next Monday, depending on, how fast you want to move here. If you want to jump onto the class tonight, you most definitely can. And we're running one more class next week, next Monday. All right. Uh, I don't know when the next class will run after that. It's typically probably about 3 months before we start another class. Okay. We typically put about 35 students in the class, and then that's all the number of students that we'll bring on board. I know that there's a seat, I believe there's one or two seats left in the class tonight, and then we have a few seats left for next week's class. All right. They are at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time every Monday night for the next 12 weeks. Okay. Again, I don't know, the next class will probably be about 3 months. So they're 1 hour long. You're going to log in. You're going to get a registration link to a webinar today if you decide to join today. And you'll be logging into a call tonight. It's 1 hour long. Mike and Matthew will be there in their Amazon sellers account, and they're going to be showing you everything that they're doing, right? All their sales, all their earnings, all their deposits. And for 1 hour, we're going to dive deep down the rabbit hole, okay, and show you every tactic, every strategy, every single thing that we're doing to dominate Amazon's first page, right, and to outmarket other marketers. Mike and Matthew are going to dive into on these 1 hour weekly calls for the next 12 weeks. All right, you're going to learn every single tactic that these guys are doing. Okay, that's 1 hour every Monday night. At the end of the 1 hour coaching call, this part of the call is not timed. We open it up for Q&A. Right, this is going to start to become very apparent, Kayvon, as to why we don't bring on very many students, because we want to give you the time and attention that you deserve, right, to practically guarantee your success as best we possibly can, if you show up and if you get to work. All right. So at the end of the 1 hour call is Q&A. You're going to be able to raise your hand in the webinar at the end and ask Mike and Matt as many questions as you want, and they will not get off the webinar until every one of your questions are answered and you have crystal clear clarity on what you need to do to keep moving your Amazon business forward. All right. If you miss a call, it's okay. Life got in the way. I wouldn't recommend doing that too much, but if it does happen, it's all right. We record the webinar. It's put into your members area so you can watch it at your convenience. But what sucks about that is you missed out on the Q&A, right? Which is a highly valuable part of the coaching. That's okay too, because we build in another safety net, and it's a big safety net, and we call it reactive coaching. This is the third deliverable of the program. We're going to give you direct private cell phone access to both Mike and Matt. All right, this is the same phone that friends and family use. You get unlimited access, Kayvon, Monday through Friday, day or night, it doesn't matter. If you get stuck, if you can't figure something out, if you need some help, You can't move your business forward. It doesn't matter what the issue is. You pick up the phone, you call Mike and Matt. We use a service called Voxer. It turns your phone into a walkie-talkie. All right. So you simply hit the message. You're like, hey, Mike and Matt, this is Kevon. I'm stuck. I don't understand a little. I need a little bit more hand holding on keyword research. Whatever it is, you pick up the phone and you call them, man. And they guess what? They pick up the phone and they call you back and they walk you through it. They're going to do whatever it takes to make sure you have a very clear understanding of what you need to do. I'll tell you something really important that they do. The biggest thing in this program is picking products that meet our formula. Remember when I told you we pick products that we're conservative, realistic in that can make you between $1,000 and $2,000 a month? Remember that? And I talked about Jungle Scout, where you're going to be using that tool. Okay. You can schedule a consult call with Alex, our product consultant coach, and he's going to go through all of your Jungle Scout data to make sure, Kayvon, that you're picking the right first product that you can get into quickly and start making sales quickly that meets our formula. So when you're ready to schedule your first product consult call, when you've narrowed down and you've collected all of your data via Jungle Scout that you feel meets the formula that you've learned in our program through the video training modules, you're going to schedule a product consult call with Alex. He's going to get on the phone with you for 30 minutes and dig into all the research that you did and say you boiled it down to 4 products that you feel meet the formula. All right. He's going to dig into it with you for 30 minutes and he's going to say, hey, Kayvon, man, products number 1 and 2, fantastic job, bro. You hit it on all cylinders. These products meet our formula to a T. You should have all the confidence in the world that you're going to make sales quickly. Go work with Jing over, in China, our team in China, and start working on getting your samples. Right? Products 3 and 4, not so much. Doesn't really meet our formula too much. I would stay away from those. So we're going to go as far, Kayvon, as to get on the phone with you for 30 minutes to make sure you're picking the right product so you don't pick a loser, man. So you're going to have phone access Monday through Friday, day or night, for 12 weeks, 3 months. You can reach out to Mike and Matt with unlimited questions. You can schedule product consult calls with our product consulting team, right? With this one feature alone, I've never seen 2 7-figure earners, man, that'll give you their personal cell phone where you can call them for 12 weeks. With this one thing alone, Kayvon, how in the hell is it you think you could fail? You can't fail, man. The only way you can fail is if you don't show up, you don't participate. These are small classes, right? We know who's there. We know you by name. We know who you are. If you roll up your sleeves, man, and you come into this program hungry, ready to truly set up a passive residual income, we're going to be right there with you every step of the way, right? So pick up the phone, you call these guys. If you can't figure something out, and you get frustrated or something and you want to you fall down, and you want to cry like a baby, and you can't figure something out and you won't pick up the phone and call us, we can't help you. But if you're ready to go to war and you're ready to make some passive residual income and you pick up the phone and call us if you don't understand something, we're going to help you out, man. We're not going to let you stay on the ground. We're going to pick you up, dust you off, and push you forward. We have a very high success rate for people that show up, engage, participate, ask questions. They go out and make money, man. Like Monica, the girl that you heard on the podcast, she came in hungry, ready to work. I came into this program hungry, ready to work. If you're hungry, we're not going to let you fail. All right? You can't fail. The next deliverable in the program that we're going to give you is access to the Facebook Mastermind group. This is where all the students hang out, all the graduates and all the current students going through the program. You can leverage us as another level of support, right? You can ask us questions. You can reach out to us. We can help answer questions. We've all been there and done that, so we can be another layer of support for you, right? Um, the big secret, super hidden power, though, of the Facebook Mastermind group is it doesn't matter, Kayvon, if you're launching your first product or your 20th product. Doesn't matter. We're going to teach you how to go to Amazon, create a free voucher for your product. You're going to come back to the student group in Facebook, and you're going to post your free voucher, and you can give away free product. All right? We'll grab your voucher. We'll go buy it for free. We'll come back to your listing, and we'll pound you with 5-star reviews. So if you're looking at the formula correctly, all right, and you're assessing it correctly from the very beginning, you're going to immediately leapfrog over and catapult yourself over all the other, you know, all your competitors that are selling like and similar products. You're just going to jump right over the top of them basically overnight. We're just going to give you that shove off the starting line that you need, right? to just put like little rocket boosters on your product to get it moving and pushed up through Amazon's platform. Make sense? It's a powerful part of the program, man, being able to leverage the student group to get 5-star reviews. Obviously, reviews are a large part of Amazon's algorithm, and we're just going to leverage that. The last thing that you get is a personal Rolodex of all the vendors that we use. The big ones, our sourcing team in China. We've got our own exclusive sourcing team in China. They're just for us, right? They're our team. We've got dozens and dozens and dozens of team members right now ready to go to work for you over in China. All right. So it works like this: when you do your research to find the product that meets our formula, right? And you schedule that product consult call with Mike, Matthew, or Alex, our product consulting coach, and they tell you, hey, products 1 and 2 are good. Go work with Jing over, to get your samples ordered. You're going to phone up Jing. All right. You're going to have a conversation with them. You're going to send them, let's say you decide that you're going to do like men's wallets or something. You found a niche and that's the product you're going to start with. You get on the phone with Jing, you send him your Amazon links to the wallets that you like. You're going to send him some Alibaba links to wallets that you like. You guys are going to have a conversation. All right. He's going to go away and he's going to find you the highest quality factory that produces the highest quality men's wallets that meet your specifications. He's going to mail you free samples so you can touch the wallets, feel them, make sure the leather's good. All right. Eventually, you'll sign off on one of these samples that you like because you want to make sure you're putting together a high quality product to serve to your customers, right? You want it to be nice. So you'll pick one of the samples and you'll work with Jing on the order, right? What are your packaging options that are available? Where are you going to put your logo? Quantity discount schedules, all that stuff. You'll be working with your sourcing agent to put all the details of the order together. All right. They're going to go to the factory, start negotiating the deal, and getting you the best price for those wallets. So, say you guys pull the trigger and you're going to order 400 wallets, right? All right. So, Jing will put the order through for you. He'll physically go out. Your sourcing agent will go out to the factory, right? And they'll do something called a QCR. It's called a quality control run. So they'll run through the machines, right? A few handfuls of the wallets that you've ordered. They're going to make sure that the stitching is right, that the wallet, everything's being produced correctly. They're doing a quality control check. They're making sure that the logo that you guys, are putting on there got pressed into the leather the right way. It looks perfect. Nothing's wrong with it. So they're going to inspect a handful of these wallets as they come off the machine. Is the packaging done properly? So everything will be quality control checked. All right. So after the order is placed, all right, they'll inspect the order again, make sure that there's absolutely nothing wrong with it. The factory will never receive any compensation, Kevon, until your quality control agent, your sourcing agent has signed off on the entire order and it's bound for the United States is the only time that the factory or the manufacturer will get paid a dime of your money. All right. So these guys, our team, they protect you. There's zero risk, there's zero liability for you getting any kind of defective product or anything done weird from any kind of shady factory in China. All right. We're going to protect you. Our team protects you, your investments, your assets, and all your relationships with every factory in China. Your sourcing agent will be the liaison from you to all your factory and business in China. All right. They're going to do all the heavy lifting for you. You're just going to have to pay them 5 to 10% of the overall order price. So if you spent $1,500 on those wallets, you're going to pay them around $150 to do all of the work that I just described, going out to the factory, doing all the quality control runs, doing all the back and forth with the negotiation, all your paperwork. Everything's going to be done by your sourcing agent, so you don't have to. And all you've got to do is pay these guys about $150 on a $1,500 order. I would gladly pay them twice as much if I had to. All right. So that's our team in China. That's the vendor that you get. The other vendors that we give you are all the small vendors that we use. Like, where do we get our logos done? Where do we get our UPC codes? We've been doing this for a really long time, Kevon. We've made a lot of mistakes on who to not use, and as far as vendors are concerned. So when it comes to that part of the training where we start talking about branding and you need to do a logo, there's no sense in you having to bounce around saying, where do I go get a graphic artist? Who should I go hire? How much should I pay? Just use the 3 graphic designers that we have in our program, right? We're already using them. They're great. They're affordable. They do fast work. Just use our guys, right? So you don't have to go banging around trying to figure out companies, where you go get UPC codes, where do you go get logos. We've already done all that. We're going to give you every vendor that we use in our business, A to Z. You just get them so you don't have to go around and figure this out, right? So we just hand them right on over to you. Any questions on that, man? Those are all of the deliverables of the Amazon Inner Circle program. By the way, that's all, everything that you get that I just described is yours to keep forever for the rest of your natural born life. All right. The only thing that goes away, Kayvon, is the reactive coaching. In 3 months, into month 4, you won't have the ability to pound Mike and Matthew with questions, all day long. And quite honestly, you won't need to. In 3 months, you're going to know every single thing that you need to know about how to be successful online. But everything that I just described is yours to keep forever. All right. Any questions on any of that? Okay. Um, we're going to throw in a free bonus for you today. When you started telling me about your other businesses and the other relationships you have with people in Miami and your other business partner or whatever it sounded like that you have, we're going to throw in a free bonus for you today, Kayvon. Have you heard us talking about the Marketing Masters course? Okay. It's a program that we sell for $4,000 all day long. All right, we're going to throw it in for free today. Everything that we do to go outside of Amazon's platform to drive sales, we teach you how to do in the Marketing Masters course. We leverage other platforms like Facebook, Google, YouTube, Pinterest, Instagram. We run ads in those platforms. We drive traffic to our websites, right? We go from those websites into our Amazon listings to make more sales. We give you all of our websites so you can clone them. We give you all of our email autoresponders, our entire marketing templates of how we leverage other traffic sources to increase our sales inside of our Amazon platform and inside of our Amazon, to sell more product. We don't just rely on Amazon's platform alone to drive sales for us. We use other traffic sources. And we're going to teach you how we do that in the Marketing Masters course. You're going to get a separate login to another members area that's full of video tutorials teaching you how we dominate these other platforms to drive our Amazon sales. But you don't have to use this stuff just for Amazon. You can use it to drive sales for your other businesses, for your pest control business. You could dominate Facebook, right, and drive traffic from Facebook looking for clients to start your pest control business, right, to your website to collect leads so you can do free, quotes or do something and gather leads and sales and potential customers, right, by leveraging all of the information from the Marketing Masters course. That podcast, do you think it's an accident that we were in in iTunes top 10 in the business section with a couple of our podcasts? Does that surprise you? We teach you how we did that in the Amazon Inner Circle Marketing Masters course. We teach you how we drive those podcasts. We can drive a podcast just about in any category into the top 10 in iTunes in our sleep, Kayvon. We're going to teach you how we did that so you can leverage iTunes and podcasts to build whatever business you want, your music school business, your pest control business, maybe find more leads for your real estate business. Everything that we do in the Marketing Masters course, you can leverage to drive your Amazon sales and catapult any of your other businesses into the stratosphere so you can make money there as well. All right. We throw that in for free. So the tuition, Kayvon, to join the Amazon Inner Circle and to get this free bonus is a one-time payment of $4,997. So my only question for you, Kayvon, is do you want one of the last seats in this class to bring Matthew and Mike into your life for the next 3 months to teach you how to finally go out here and make a crap load of money on Amazon and your other businesses? Do you want to take one of the last seats in this class? Awesome. So is this a good email? What you got? Yeah, there's a one-time fee of $4,997. Do you need to break it into a couple of payments to be able to move forward today? I can break it into two payments. I can do $2,500 today. You just put it on a card. You're in the program. It locks you into the program. You get a seat, right? We can get you into the class tonight. where you get access to the live webinar. I'm going to immediately email you your welcome email that gets you into your video training modules. All right. And you're ready to rock and roll for $2,500 today, get you started. You get everything. And then in 30 days, you pay the balance of 2,500. You want to move forward with that? What's that? All right. So you got to talk to your wife about moving forward in the program today. How long is that going to take you? Okay. Um, so you're going to call me back today at what time? Okay, man. I'll give you my cell phone number. I'm on and off the phone all day. So it's 940-231-4862. So is this something that you just be straight up with me, man? You know, I do these calls a lot. I'm just when people go and I understand you got to talk to the wife. You guys are a team. Yeah. All right, man. So is she going to be able to change her mind? Are you wanting to move forward 100% and what you're just going to go ask her and tell her what you're doing or yes, sir. 2,500 and 2,500 get you in the program. We lock arms with you. You're being coached and mentored one on one for the next 3 months. 100%. So you should start making money in this program if Kayvon, if you're disciplined and you come in, you show up every day, 1 to 2 hours a day, you get your store set up 100%. You should be up in 6 weeks, making sales, collecting orders, right? And then obviously you're collecting revenue to start paying down on that card, and your investment. You should start making money in 6 weeks, 100%. Yeah, I mean, you need a, look, listen, man, just shooting you straight. I've seen people do it for 1,500. You don't have to have 3 grand, right? It just depends on what you're going to source. Are you going to source an item that's 200, that's $2.50? Are you going to source an item that's $5? It just depends on what you find. But you can get into this game, what you don't want to do, Kayvon, is run out of inventory. So you don't want to. I understand. Trust me, that you're never the most nervous in this program than when you're pulling the trigger on your first order. That's why we set up the product consult call with Alex, Mike, or Matt. All right. So they review the data with you. So you may be able to get into a product, Kayvon, for 1,500 bucks. You don't have to have 3 grand, guaranteed. Just depends on what you're going to source. Does that make sense? I mean, like the example that I went through with you, if you find an item for $2.50, right, that you can sell for 25 bucks, you know, you're going to get 600 units, if you invested $1,500. $1,500 divided by $2.50 is 600 units. You're in the game. You're started. You're going. You're off the sidelines. You're not sitting on the sidelines anymore. You're in here. You're collecting sales, making money, using the profits to scale your business. Yeah, just shoot me a text, Kayvon. I'm on and off the phone all day long. Just shoot me a text and say, yeah, I'm in, or no, I got to pass. Um, so that's all I need. And then as soon as I come up for air and I'm in between calls, you know, um, then I can get back to you. Now, if you want to join the class tonight, you'll need to get back with me kind of soon because they're about to start sending out the welcome emails for the to register for the webinar tonight. So let me know. Okay, man. We'll see you.